And at number 2, a rare execution. For the first time in 130 years, a federal execution has been carried out during a presidential transition period. 40-year-old Brandon Bernard was put to death by lethal injection in Indiana yesterday, despite last-minute appeals from his attorneys. And reality star Kim Kardashian. Bernard was convicted back in 1999 in Texas on 2 counts of murder when he was 18 years old. The gunman in the case executed 3 months ago. And Kim Kardashian taking to social media after his death, saying Bernard changed his life behind bars and was hopeful until the very end. Days before his death, the reality TV star urged her followers to tweet at President Trump to halt the execution.